should you delete all social media? I recently caught myself scrolling. And yes, I also scroll. I'm also human, just like you. I think that I don't scroll as often as most people do, that I don't go into that vicious cycle of just staring at the screen, not knowing what I'm looking for, and spending hours that way. Probably I'm doing a bit better than most humans do, but I'm still not immune. I'm still not immune to the great power of algorithm to place something in front of my face that will make me hypnotized, that will make me forget what am I supposed to be doing, what I was about to do, and just have me glued to the screen for at least 15, 20 minutes, and sometimes even longer. And it happened to me recently. And then I started thinking once again for, I don't know, 1 millionth time, should I delete all social media? Of course, I at this point cannot, because what I do is tied to social media, and I believe that I have a message to spread. And I've talked already that yes, there is value in social media. It's undeniable. It's undeniable how much value there is to gain from social media. But I started thinking, if I'm not going to delete it, what advice would I give? Honest advice to a friend, to a loving person, or to someone who I met for the first time or we're interacting online, but I just care to help them. If I remove myself from the equation, because let's face it, there are always going to be people on social media. So if I am truly genuine, then I should be able to give advice to someone and say delete social media, because what's the point in me trying to keep them on social media so that they would be one additional viewer or follower of mine? That's ridiculous. There are always going to be enough audience. So if I am genuine, if I am not completely obsessed, and I'm not, with gaining every possible follower and gaining every single like that there is to be gained out there, and I'm not obsessed with that, then I should be able to give advice without problem, to say delete social media, friend, brother, sister, please delete it. So I started thinking about it. What would I do if I wasn't tied to social media in some way? What advice would I give to a person that I care about, to a person that I genuinely want to help? And there are so many arguments for deleting social media. I mean, your mind, your attention is being abused, and I'm not using this word lightly. Your mind and your attention, your focus, they are being abused by social media. And I said this recently, for years I've been saying that from the moment that you wake up until the moment that you go to sleep, you're being bombarded with different stimuli and different algorithms fighting for your attention. But that's, even saying that is not enough anymore, because it's not from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. You are now not going to sleep because of social media. You're now delaying going to sleep because of that algorithm grabbing your attention. So not only your waking hours are invaded, even your sleep time is invaded by the algorithms, by social media. So it's something it's terrifying. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I don't like those, how to say, technological optimists who go online praising how the benefits far outweigh the negatives of social media. Please, I mean, that's just dishonest talk. That only a dishonest person who is looking to gain something from that, or a person, I don't want to say stupid, but a person who hasn't done enough thinking about the topic, can say that benefits far outweigh the negatives. I think we need to consider, is there a particular benefit that we cannot put that on the scale? We simply cannot. I think we can say, is there a benefit that is so important that the negatives are worth it? Okay, we can talk about that. Can we talk about, if we take control of our attention, then we can mitigate the negatives so that the benefits outweigh them? We can talk about it. But just saying simply the benefits of social media are so tremendous that it's not really, we shouldn't really bother ourselves too much with the negatives. That's irresponsible talk. I don't want to call anyone out right now, and who am I with this small but precious viewership to engage in some online battles? But maybe there will come a time where some debates will be going on, because there are people who are engaging in some really responsible talk with really big platforms. That's not good. So sorry about that sidetracking. Back to the point. There is a strong argument for deleting social media. Strong. As I said, your mind, your attention, your focus are being abused, and now even your sleeping hours are being invaded. It's a dystopian image that is not exaggerated. It's true, but I'm not here to make you even more discouraged or make the image of our technological advancement even more dark than it is. Let's not engage them. Just have to put the truth out there. It's still possible to take control of your attention. It's still possible. It's extremely difficult, but it's possible. We can talk about arguments for and against, but there is one thing that I don't hear people talk about, even people who agree with me don't talk about. And so let's put it like this: people who agree with me don't talk about this, and those who talk about benefits of social media, and those I would say irrational optimists also don't talk about one argument for why you should not delete social media and why there is no point in deleting social media. So hear me out. What are you going to accomplish by deleting social media? What? Do you think that social media is really something that you can just switch off, turn off? Because yes, you're going to delete social media, and what are you going to do now? What are you going to do then? You're going to keep living your life surrounded by people who are spending the vast majority of their time on social media. You're going to be spending your time surrounded by people whose minds are shaped by social media, for better or for worse. Maybe you're going to be interacting with me, whose mind is in some way shaped by social media, because I'm spending some time there, considerable amount of time there. Maybe you're going to be interacting with someone whose mind is turned into a smoothie by social media. So for better or for worse, you're going to be interacting with people whose minds are shaped by social media. And what are you going to be? What is your position in the world if you decide to reject social media? Is your position, are you a hermit? If you are able to completely go off grid and detach yourself from the society, I have no doubt that's in some way healthier than living in this modern society. We can argue about it, but Ralph Waldo Emerson said something along the lines of, it's not impressive that you maintain your authenticity while being away from the society. Stay in the society and be who you are. Now, I'm not even quoting him. This is paraphrasing. This is trying to convey the essence of the quote. Quote is much more potent. But the point is, try being who you are while engaging in the society. And if you are rejecting a part of our world that is undeniable, that there is no turning back, if you are rejecting, I'm not saying you are a bad person to do it. I'm not calling you out. If you are doing it for the sake of your mental health, please by all means do it. But thinking that you are somehow switching off and fighting social media by deleting it, you are not. So let me put it once again. If you're doing it for the sake of your mental health, if you see that you cannot handle the amount of stimuli, that you cannot handle the amount of negative information, if you see that you cannot handle the amount of negativity and even stupidity, by all means delete it. Or have periods of time where you delete it, then you go back. Do what's good for you, for your health. But let's not deceive ourselves. Let's not lie to ourselves, thinking that delete. I believe this sometimes, thinking that deleting social media is rebellious in some way, that you are rebelling against the status quo. You can rebel against it if you are going to advocate for people slowly but surely, more and more people getting off of it. But I think at this point, no, let me say, I think we are beyond the point of that being possible. So I'm not trying to sound defeatist, to spread the defeatist attitude, to spread resignation. But if we are beyond the point of massive amounts of people going off of social media, then you going off of it just as a solitary act of rebellion, I don't know what's the point, to be honest. And again, I'm saying this as something that I've been thinking about a lot, and that I have been changing opinions on, because at some point I was the person who was saying, if you don't have social media, if you delete it, that's the way to go. But now this realization came to my mind. What are you doing? That's like a lecture that I was listening back in the 60s or 70s. It was recorded. I wasn't there in the 60s or 70s, just if you wonder, in the case you wondered. It was recorded back then, philosophy lecture, and the professor said something along the lines, you think you can switch off TV? He was ridiculing people who are saying, oh, I don't watch TV, pretentiously. And I'm still to this day that person who says I don't watch TV. But the way he explained it really made me think. He said something along the lines of, oh, you don't listen to TV? Wow, you think that matters? TV is what is shaping society. And it really was. TV was shaping the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. You cannot switch off TV. Maybe TV can switch you off. And the same goes with social media. I mean, don't fool yourself. You cannot delete social media. So we are approaching the point where social media will be able to delete you. And sorry for this bleak message on this wonderful sunny day, but it's your choice. It's your choice not to take it as a bleak message, but to stand strong, in this world, and take it for what it is, and fight to make the most out of it. So there is tremendous value to be gained on social media if you are a disciplined person, and you must maintain discipline with your attention, and this is something that we have to talk about. We have to help each other. If you feel at some point that I'm robbing you of your attention, that I'm your daily dose of distraction, unfollow, unsubscribe, block me, seriously. But I would like us to help each other to make the most out of this online world, because as I said, you can protect yourself in some way, but by retreating from the online world and social media. But I don't know how strong that is, how authentic that is, how much of a authentic individual you are. So I go back to that Emerson quote: be who you are inside the society. I mean, we know, all of us know examples, if not from real life, then from books or from movies, of people who are in some way they're original, strong-minded, authentic. They have strongly held values, but they're not engaging in the society. And if you notice that character in books or movies, you will see that character at some point has to face the challenge of going back into the society, because being a strong and authentic person, but being far away from where the battle is being led, and the battle today is being led on the front of attention. So if you're running away from that battle, I mean, you will protect yourself in some way, but I'm not sure how you are contributing to society. I'm really not sure. So that's something to think about. That's something that I will be thinking about a lot in the future, because attention was one of the main topics that I have started studying in 2023. Attention. I will keep studying it, but this is kind of a progression of how my attitude on attention being attacked by the digital world, how my attitude has been slowly evolving and came to this point that I really cannot advise you to retreat and run away. If you have to do it for the sake of your mental health, do it. Then when you're feeling better, reconsider. Are you going to stay a hermit? Or maybe it's almost a responsibility to engage back into society, because what? Where are you spending your time? Are you living in some commune in nature? I mean, where are most of the people today? Where are they spending a significant part of their day? Sorry, online. So, if you are going to refuse to engage in that space, because it really is a space, even though it's a virtual space, if you're going to refuse to engage in that space, I think a much stronger, more responsible response, okay, much stronger and more responsible response, let's put it that way, is to engage with discipline, with self-control. Much stronger response than just retreating. Think about that for a while, and this is something that I'm not now saying this to boost engagement on the video, comment your thoughts. No, really, we have to talk about this. Maybe we should hold a live session here on YouTube and talk about this, about attention in the digital age and what's a proper response. Really something that we have to help each other out on this. That's it. That's what I have for today. It's once again a beautiful day, sunny day. Again, extremely cold. I'm drinking some terrible coffee. Just felt like sharing that. When your soul hurts, how terrible the coffee is. That's really it's a crime to make terrible coffee. Really weak, no taste, like dirty water. Yeah, but day is beautiful, so that will negate the awful quality of the coffee. That's what I have. Think about what is the proper response to this invasion on our attention. Stay strong, love life, never feel sorry for yourself, and don't take this video and this message as a depressing message, because you choose the response of strength in the face of whatever is happening in the society and whatever is happening in your life individually. So please, once again, stay strong, love life, never feel sorry for yourself, and thank you for giving me your attention for today.